You know, I'm over here watching the first 48, right? This is an intriguing ass show. Like you really get to see police work at work, but at the exact same time, people really be slow and be snitching. Something crucial, too. You feel me? A little bit of everything podcast, though. Look, is in a building. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, though. How y'all doing? How y'all been, man? Life is pretty good. It ain't easy, but it's definitely good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these new first 48 cases be wild, too, though. Bro got into a whole shootout. The police officer was already investigating his cousin murder. And his cousin, dude, the police officer cousin was involved in the killing of somebody else related to this new dude. And they killed the police officer cousin. Like, it was definitely a many ride on that one. Yeah, the first 48 do be live, though. It really do. You know where I want to start off today? You feel me? My first one. Being a bigger person, man. And it ain't the easiest thing in the world to do. You feel me? And under most circumstances, you really feel like a sucker after you get done doing it, speaking from experience. But at the same time, you know, sometimes you got to be that bigger person. You got to be the person that's just... And it ain't even always about being a bigger person to get something back. It's just being a bigger person to keep it pushing. You feel me? The last thing you need is something kind of holding you back. I know it's difficult for women and men, but women and men. Women to be the bigger person and let it go. And bygones be bygones. It's the petty in it. It's the petty in a lot of people. I'm a petty nigga too. I don't get it twisted. But, you feel me? I just don't see the necessity of doing it when it ain't nothing to gain from it. I ain't got shit to gain with not being a bigger person. And I just don't be giving a shit about a lot of people a lot of the time. So I'll be cool with, all right, you know, reaching out and letting it be smooth and, you know, things of that nature. I know that's difficult for the vast majority of Americans, humans, women. But I'm not here to point fingers. Not pointing fingers. Just saying, you know what I mean? That's something that is struggled with by the female creature. But you don't always have to do it. If you don't feel like being a bigger person, don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like a rule of thumb or like things are going to be better if you do or don't do it. You just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just the right thing to do. And doing the right thing ain't always fun. Nor appealing. Nor pleasing. For the most part. But shit. Fuck it. I guess some of us was raised right? You know, I'm going to tell you about this time, man. Anybody ever been in the city? They got this restaurant called, what's the karaoke bar? It's called Silver Cloud. So, let me tell you how old this story is. The reason why I'm even able to have this 100 shots bought night, is because they had a coupon in the newspaper. Cut out the coupon. It was $2 shots for that day, that night only. It was a Saturday. So, man, when was this? This had to be like, I know I had the blue caddy. So this had to be like maybe 2007, because I had got it in 2007. I only had it for like 2-3 years. maybe 2 years. So maybe it had to be like 2007. I got that joint. Anyway, it was me, my nigga Jay Hat, and his partner Greg, the homie G. And we go to Silver Cloud. You feel me? We got the coupon. We come in there and drop the coupon. Nobody else had the coupon. So you feel me? And they honored. This was back when they was honoring coupons. So $2 shots. You feel me? We got 100 shots. What's that? $200? $225, $250 if you want to add in a tip. I don't remember the exact logistics. And we got fucked up that night, man. Like, for real. We called down these two girls we knew. They was drinking with us. We had hella shots. They had hella shots. We was giving out hella shots at the bar. But we for sure got through that 100, though. It was for sure 100. I don't think it was more than 100. It was either right at 100 or maybe like a little bit less, like 98. But we for sure paid 200 something. But let me tell y'all how fucking sick I was the rest of that weekend. So that was on a Friday night. I went from there to the hood. I remember all the homies was at the homie Jewel house. We was all over there chilling. I was too loaded though. I went home. I was in the house early too, like 10. Man, when I tell y'all I was sick all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I had to call off work that next day on Monday, I believe. I was fucked up real bad. That probably been the worst I've ever been. You feel me? And I was at the house by myself because Mom's had went out of town. She left on like Thursday or Wednesday. She wasn't coming. She was gone for like a week. Boy, I was hurt. Good times though. Good times. I wouldn't do it again. But good times though. That was far too much. I know my limitations now. I know exactly how far I could go to make it to work the next day. Or make it to do whatever I gotta do the next day. Wake up. But goddamn 100 shots, man. $250. You probably never see no shit like that again. Like, for real. You know, I got the idea from this topic from my cousin Mel. And where I got the idea from was, he was telling me about, it was some things going on in the streets. A couple of, it was really, for like about a week or two, it was just little quarrels amongst some of the homies, some of the niggas that be around and things like that. And so he's kind of like the middleman of all that. You know, he kind of deals with all the parties and everybody involved. And I was telling bruh, I'm like, one thing you should have known, or I learned a long time ago, is managing egos. The streets is full of egos. Everybody think they that nigga, or trying to find their way to fit in, or got their own agenda. So it's hella egos you got to deal with on a regular basis. And you really got to know how to play them egos, to manage them egos. Some niggas, you may be able to just pull to the side and just talk to them. Some niggas, you going to have to invite them over and show them a good time, or get the drink and show them a good time. To get them to come down off of how they feeling. Some niggas don't care. They in their feelings, they in their mode, they in what they own, and that's it. It don't even matter what you say. You know what I'm saying? But you going to have to manage egos if you going to make it work. That's with your friends too. Like, that's what dealing with people at work, that's managing egos is something that happens quite often. Like, you got to know how to do it. And it's not something that is easily taught. Like, you got to really know how to deal with people. be a people person. You feel me? Talk to folks a certain way. Know what card to pull. Know when it's cool to pull that card. You feel me? Throw a nigga off guard saying some shit they wasn't ready for. But yeah, manage your egos that's probably a underlined, maybe unwritten kind of rule in the streets that you really got to do that though. Like you really do. It's a lot. And cuz was a little stressed a little bit about it. But he got through it just like I told him. Like you just gotta, you feel me? You gotta know how to talk to certain people, deal with certain things, pull certain people certain ways. Like, but you figure that out from dealing with people. That's not something that nigga can tell you how to do. Some people just react to certain things different ways. You know what I'm saying? So, play your card right. But that's what everybody. Us, even at work, I be having them to do that. I know I could say this to somebody or do that to somebody and they gonna react correctly. Not everybody gonna do that like that. It's just the way this shit goes every now and then. But, yeah, man, your egos, man. You know how that shit go. Where we at with it now? Are all social media sites different? And when I say that, I mean, is Twitter more raunchier than Instagram? Is Facebook more of a old person game? You expect the old motherfuckers to be on there wilding out and tripping, saying wild shit. Is Twitter the young man's game? Or from an active Twitter user, because I really use Twitter the most, and then Instagram. I'm barely on Facebook. You feel me? I try to be on there, but I'm not really on there like that. It's just like you get more of the news, more of what you need to hear immediately on Twitter. You feel me? Even though it ain't always right, but you get to hear it. So I can know, whoa, this happened. Now, I may not know the details of it, but you know what happened. But it ain't like Twitter is the home of the saints or Facebook is the home. It get wild on all of them joints. A lot of petty, a lot of messy, a lot of stories that wasn't your story, but you heard the story, so you telling the story, and it be it be a lot going on, boy. I'm just saying. So, you know, if I had to rank them like worst to first, I think Twitter is definitely the grimiest of them all. And then I think Facebook is the grimiest of them all, because you can really get away with a lot more on those two than you can on Instagram, to me. Instagram is a good place to kind of air shit out for the people that you know, but Twitter is for the people that you ain't never even met before. And that's the biggest difference between Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Instagram and Twitter, Instagram and Facebook is mostly people you kind of know. It may be somebody in there sprinkled you don't know, but they know somebody that know you, so it's good. On Twitter, you can have 700 followers, and of that 700, you've only actually met in real life 100 of them. But you can communicate with and talk back and forth and chop it up and kick it. But when it get wild out there on Twitter, it get wild. It go all the way left. You feel me? But yeah, I think people, because remember, Facebook was first. You feel me? And even before, because I got Facebook in 2009. I think Instagram came out in 2010. 11 something like that. And then I got on Twitter at 11 too. But and Facebook was, you feel me, the main thing back then. So that's what you really rocked with the most. That's what you felt the most comfortable with. That's where you knew the most people. But I don't know, man. It's so much fronting on social media. It's a little bit harder to be on Twitter on Facebook because like these are people you know. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I know you. I know what you be out. Or I know what you've been doing. And they'll get on there and say some outlandish and you be like, yeah, that's a little thick, but all right. On Twitter, you can just lie. Nobody really know you all like that. Instagram was a little different because it's just all pictures. It's not really words, but you can still say words and get points across. They all a cesspool. Let's just go ahead and call it what they is, man. They're all a cesspool. They are a rabbit hole that you'll find yourself going down every single time you get too far in. And Facebook got some other shit going on. You can buy shit on there now, and like they're creating it to be like that. It's like a hole you can't get up out of. I be getting all kind of friend requests from motherfuckers. I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. What are we even doing here? But that shit go. But yeah, they all get wild though. So I don't really think you could look at one as if it's less aggressive than the other, because they kind of all is at the end of the day. Relevant rappers. So the relevant rapper topic came from Boosie, who was talking about he doesn't feel like Jay-Z is relevant, which started a couple weeks earlier with 21 Savage saying Nas isn't relevant. Let me tell you this, and this will prove a few cases in a lot of ways. The rappers who are quote unquote relevant, or the younger generation rappers, not even younger, but the Babies and the Lil Baby and Future and Drake, of course. You feel me? But those are people that you hear in the club too, right? Boosie said, well, 20 to 25 to 30 to 35, that's the age range you talk about. Ain't nobody listening to Jay-Z. And they probably not. I mean, when I was that age, I wasn't listening to KRS-One and who else? Big Daddy Kane, NWA, all like that. I wasn't doing that at 21. You had some of them songs you rock when you was cool. But I was on the Tupac and Nas and Big, like that was going on. And then everybody who was coming up as you went along, that was going along, that's who you rocked with. But it didn't mean like the Big Daddy Kanes back then and all of them was irrelevant. They just weren't in the main lane like everybody else was. They were still on the freeway, still making music, still making dope music. Nas, for example. Now, this is where again, the Futures and the Babies, Lil Babies and the Drakes, and Wayne's. Jay-Z probably would do it too if he dropped. They'll sell higher records. That's just the way it goes. You feel me? Hundreds, 100,000, 80,000, 90,000 first weeks, shit like that. They could do that. But Nas, for example, who dropped at the exact same time as Glorilla, who is stupid hot in the streets right now. Everybody fuck with her, listen to her music. She's hot. She drops an EP. she sells, I think, like 1,000 more units than Nas. And Nas is what, 30 years in? You feel me? And she a few months in. So for somebody of that age, Nas, or that era, to still sell with whoever one of the hottest artists is right now, shows that he's still relevant. He may not, and this whole streaming shit is skewed. They tell you this many streams, and then they tell you this many live units. Like, bruh, I missed the days when you was just buying the straight CDs, and however many CDs you sold or tapes you sold, those was your numbers. Not units streamed and songs streamed and the whole album that was actually bought. It's like all kind of categories now. And you know, another thing I'm going to say, when we talking about relevancy, and I'm talking about Saweetie, however the hell you pronounce that girl's name, her mixtape or EP, whatever, not selling a lot. And even Roddy Ricch, who had just dropped something like a week or two ago. Record labels ain't promoting these albums like they used to. You used to know, at least, let's just put it like this. If a hot rapper was getting ready to drop on the 1st of January, right? If he was on a label, you would know he was getting ready to drop on the 1st of January. Probably like in November. It would have been, boom, it's going to be out there. A couple weeks up until, you feel me, he promoting it, he talking about it. Then he might drop a single, drop a video. You feel me, get on whatever the hottest, whatever is, talk about the album, boom, the album dropped, and they're going to promo run after that. That's leading to anticipation. That's people thinking about it. I've been thinking about this album all month. I can't wait for it to get here. Man, the album get ready to drop on Friday. Niggas will tell you about the album on Tuesday or Monday or Wednesday. Like, there's no type of, man, I got this album coming out. I'm trying to make it legit. I'm trying to make it do what it do, make it be great. So let me go on a promo run and put it out there early. And that was just like, all right, bruh, it's finna drop. You feel me? And that's it, that's all. You know what I'm saying? And like, even Drake, who's the hottest artist out, will still give you something. All right, I'm dropping 2 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? And a single. And maybe he jumped on a couple songs. But he ain't giving you, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to drop tomorrow. Like, it's no type of promotion. And I think that affects how well or how quickly or how great your sales go. Because a lot of people ain't really paying no attention. And there's so many people who ain't on social media, even in this day and age. So you still need the billboards and the bus benches, covers, and all that. The proper promotion to get your music out there the right way. You know what I'm saying? You just can't bank on just your quote-unquote hotness. Like, you got to keep it a bird. And get that way out there. I just realized, while I'm sitting here talking, that this computer did not do the daylight savings. You feel me? Had to, the time and the time supposed to change. This thing did not roll back. I'm looking at this like, wait a minute. What's really going on? I remember being at the store when it was 1 something. But yeah, you got to get that promo out there. I wish they would bring that back. I wish we could get, like I said, streaming is for the consumer, not so much for the creator. Streaming is perfect for the people who, like me, who listen to music all the time. And I just think about an album on the whim one day, and I could just go listen to that mob. Like I could just go pop it in and ride out to it all day. Like, I could do that. I like that. But the artist is in trouble. Kind of. Because he can't get that. he ain't getting paid a lot of money for each time I listen to that song. What Meek Mill say? For every 500,000 streams. I wish I could remember exactly how he said it. But for every 500,000 streams, he gets $1,000 or something like that. 500,000 people listen to this song. And on the back end, you get $1,000 off of it. And then he was like, you feel me? They paid, he'll come in there and they'll get the beat for $50,000. But the song itself will make $24 million. But you'll get $500,000. Huh? Like I said, it's wild. It really is. But, it's just the way it goes, man. So, I definitely love being able to stream, but it's tough out there. The music industry is tough, and if you ain't certain artists, you probably ain't gonna sell a lot of units. You feel me? Unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. A little bit of everything podcast, man. Glad to be back in the driver's seat, as they would say. Just chilling. Like I said, the first 48 is on. Niggas out here getting fucked up, doing all kind of wild shit, tripping. You dig? A little bit of everything podcast. I'll let you on the flip side. Peace.